Departure. It is cold, fifth semester of high school. I don't really like the girl I'm with. I think I'm breaking up with her. It has not come to my attention that I would not like to study what she is studying. It's not at all complicated. The school is also trying to convince me to stay. We went on a tour by the engineering laboratories. They are definitely very interesting. I don't have much time to figure out the details of what my university is going to be. There are much more pressing things on my plate. NAM has just released the deadlines for the exam period of 2023. If I want to study aerospace engineering, now is the time to decide if I really want to go there. Right now I must get my saved options here at Tech, but I wouldn't mind doing the exam at UNAM. I still have many assignments to do, so I will be doing those things first. It is really all about those damned internal assessments. Today I met with Dr. Victor. He showed me the engineering schools at UNAM. It certainly has many laboratories that Tech doesn't have. However, the likelihood of a private shutting down the school or receiving my degree years after I graduate is large. Those kinds of things are making me reconsider studying there, especially if I want to do a postgraduate degree. The exam process at Tech has finished. I got to know the Santa Fe campus. It's a very nice place. I'm with one foot in university now. However, the toughest time in my life is about to start. I've got my hands in a musical playing keyboard too. I'm president of a document committee and I can't let them down. The exams are about to start and I must study the topics of math and physics HL that won't be covered in class. This was the day of my graduation, May 24, 2023. All of my papers are done, all of my internal assessments are submitted. I did all I could for CAS. I stand proud with my awards. For being a musician, for being in student groups, for being in the IB program. Life seems good. I have got many friends through my high school life. I have had my fair share of trials and difficulties. I have already chosen my university. I will stay at my school and I will study mechanical engineering. All the exams were ready, the scholarship was already awarded. I even know the campus by heart at this point. There is, however, this weird discomfort of a yearn for adventure. I don't want to simply change buildings. I want to go where I have not gone yet. Initiation. First arrives and I am welcomed by a familiar face. Ivana Basan is in my classroom. How wonderful. This is the first period of 5 weeks I have. I really have no idea of who my professors are going to be, what are we going to learn, what is the workload like. In front of me are two guys that seem to know each other. One of them asked for me a sheet of paper. His name is Carlos. Time moves on and those guys turn into my first university friends. We become a team for the second period of 5 weeks. Ivana, Carlos, Angel and I. We think of ourselves as an unstoppable force, the Intertacticals. The first challenge of my university life seems simple, design a crankshaft system to make a saw. It seems easy enough, so I put my mind to work and find my first ally in this adventure, MotionGen Pro. MotionGen Pro lets me design and simulate the system with relative ease. And what's better, it lets me download the pieces and print them in 3D. And as a matter of fact, I know exactly how to print in 3D thanks to one of my professors that teaches mathematics and data science. Today comes for the first laboratory session for the challenge, and I find that my idea of the perfect team is deeply flawed. The band is not exactly the brightest, but she is a great help, since she works in the session. Carlos and Angel are a very bad combination. They cheat and chat, but get nowhere with the session. And when Carlos does little, Angel does absolutely nothing. The first session is a complete and utter failure. By now I am taking CAD modeling lessons from a guy in the racing team I am a member of, so I feel confident in my ability to model a different crankshaft system and feel less susceptible to the errors we made in the first lab session. I bring my mind to work and I get it done. I'm a robust design, but this one also fails and breaks mid-session. I finally lock in and produce a beast of a crankshaft. This will be the one to make it. The results of my team are very disappointing, so here comes the final 5-week period of my first semester in university. I have the mission to form the Avengers of Engineering. I've been recruiting my team for 2 weeks in advance, and the names of Montiel, Louis, Eduardo and Paul start to show up. This time my team will be more successful. The tech week ends and my team is in full form. the benches are worn. As expected, the team achieved success. It's smooth sailing with them, combining my designs that are increasingly good and the mechatronic expertise of my ex-bullet comrades. We create a very successful water pump, and so the first semester ends and the winter manufacturing of racing teams begins operations. I signed up for manufacturing and come on the first day. I spot one guy and ask his name. His name is Dario, the first of many who I will meet. Soon Santa Maria, the manufacturing chief, joins. I also meet new friends, Guillermo, Martha, Javier, Damaris, and the team leader Rodrigo. Together we're tasked to build the rear wing of the car. For this, we must learn to use glass fiber. Many weeks pass of laughter, learning, making mistakes and fixing those mistakes. If you saw my laughter, you would think that I murdered someone. The car in question is far from finished, but I have learned quite a bunch from those guys. I feel more confident in the racing team. These experiences will come in handy for next semester, when I will need using those skills to navigate a competition of solid powered heaters. Second semester comes and I have a lot of help. I know friends from the year ahead helps to do my schedule, so I'm bound to get good professors this semester. Also, I have made new acquaintances, so I won't make my teams blind. The first period goes well in terms of the classes, exams, new friends, and even the hard work of the laboratory that I must do. That place is like crap. The project goes relatively well, and all my classes have, so far, gone right. However, a new fire is inside. Scholarship service is a mandatory activity that all scholarship students must do. Mine is in the library. For many weeks, I go tirelessly to the library to organize books. One by one, I must revise and order. Sometimes I must return piles of borrowed books, sometimes the books that the students take from the bookshops. I spent hours upon hours of being around books for one sake only, to be done with it as soon as I could. And so, my days of my second period were spent at the library, calling the roll every morning in the library. However, some things were about to change. By the end of my first semester, I had gotten really close with this girl, Jen, who as me is a Christian. She is very pretty, she's funny, charismatic, energetic, clever, and an artist, my favorite type of girls. On the eventful day, I finally worked up the courage to tell her that I like her. To be honest, to no one's surprise, she likes me back. We started dating in April, just before I finished my scholarship service. I was on my second period. The biggest challenge of my university life yet approaches. However, I come ready to face it. I'm talking about the Dolores Umbridge of the engineering school, the dreaded Cabral. People who have taken classes with her say that she enjoys failing students, like it is a hobby for her. Class by class, this insufferable professor makes me love Mr. Cooper a little bit more. She's beyond confusing, beyond always in your business. The amount of detail can get you 100 in her exams. Sometimes I just want to not go to class just for that day. Luckily for me, I have just what I need to overcome said trial. My preparation in the IB, my skills I learned at the racing team, my friends and my girlfriend make it at least a little bit more tolerable. Not to mention my other classes, that I enjoy very much. They're like a breath of fresh air, sometimes literally. Like in my matrix modeling class, where the AC unit goes at full power and the air is extremely cool. A little break from the heart of the Mexican spring. To be sure, but it can turn excessive at times. The day that I record this is the last oral presentation session of my first year as an engineering student. I woke up late since I had more than enough time before I get to present my project to my professor. I had breakfast with my mom and my brother. I go to school and meet with my teammates to work the final details of the presentation. We go in there, present rapidly since we don't have much time, and answer the questions that the professor made. And with that, my first year of engineering projects comes to an end. Return. In this journey, I have become a more relaxed person. I don't worry too much about school like I used to do, and instead, I can be more balanced in pursuing personal projects that I like racing team, German lessons that I might go to Germany in the future, and of course my girlfriend that I love very much. Each period of each semester I developed different skills. In the first period, I made some of the friends that will last until I graduate. I got an overview of the engineering fields I could choose in the future, and I got to know how the program works. In my second period, I learned the value of choosing your team wisely. I was reminded of life outside of the IB. In my third period, I perfected my modeling technique. I found friends that will be good to keep in the future, friends I can count on for school projects. In the fourth period, I put into practice what the racing team taught me and developed new manufacturing skills. Fifth period, I learned to trust my teammates. I formed a very balanced group of either classmates, hardworking people, and skilled ChatGPT users. In sixth period, I learned to be successful in spite of terrible professors, and also learned to balance my personal life with school.